Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me today. It's feeling like a crafty day for me today, so it's time to do some thrift flips on two skirts that I got on my last thrift trip, which is the video that I posted before this one. So I have this denim midi skirt that I'm eager to do something with. I'm thinking patchwork, and I have these inspiration images that I pinned, and I just think they're so cool and creative and unique, and so I'm thinking about trying that. I think I might just see what I find at the craft store today and work with that. But yeah, definitely want to decorate this in some way and make it a bit more fun. Next is this beautiful maxi plaid skirt. So I do like the colors, but I'm thinking about dyeing the skirt, or at least parts of the skirt, with a blue dye, a dark blue or indigo, to make the grey blue, the yellow green, and the red more of a purple. I'm thinking about having some strips of black in the skirt, and yeah, just doing some fun stuff with it, maybe adding a buckle or something to make it a bit less of a school uniform looking skirt. Again, I'm just excited to see what kind of inspiration I get at the craft store, and we'll work according to that. So yeah, let's go. Okay, we are back, and while there is still a little bit of daylight, I am planning to dye the plaid skirt. So I got this blue dye, and it's my first time dyeing fabric, so hopefully it's gonna go okay. But yeah, I also want to see if there are any sections I want to cut out from this skirt before I dye it, because I've got a bunch of fabric as well that I got that I might add to the plaid skirt. So this is how the dyed skirt turned out. I'm super happy with it, and it's very hairy at the moment because my fault. I left the skirt on the floor as I was testing out which fabrics I wanted to use, and geez, my cat slept on it. Of course, he thought it was his new bed. But yeah, I was worried that I didn't use enough dye, but I am really happy with the color. I think this is exactly what I wanted. Even though you can still see the yellow, I don't really mind. I think it works better with the darker blue and red. It's definitely gonna match my wardrobe better now as well. Honestly, I could just leave it here, but I do want to experiment more, and I'm excited to try some other fabrics on top. And maybe we do the denim skirt first. I need to iron this, but I have come up with a design. So I think I'll do a rough sketch of this design onto my skirt and figure out the patches. I think it's gonna be fun, so let's do that.
Check my phone right now, but I'd rather sit still under the shade.
So I just did some tests of stitches with this red thread, and I was going to change it to white or black, but I'm actually thinking about just going with the red now. It's a nice point of contrast with some colour. I'm a bit nervous to sew it together. Okay, wish me luck. Okay, so it's been a couple of days now. I did want to continue on yesterday with the skirt, but I'm actually training for a half marathon that we're doing in a couple of weeks. So we ran 20 kilometers yesterday, and yeah, it was a very slow day, legs aching, couldn't really get anything done. But anyways, we're back today, and I have less of a plan with this one, so kind of just winging it, and I've just got 2 strips of another fabric. And yet again, it is very messy because my sewing skills are very beginner. But I just like to say it's part of the crafty aesthetic, so it's fine. I guess I'm just gonna add a few more strips to the skirt now of a couple of different fabrics, and we'll see how it's looking. I think the bulk of the skirt is done, just some little bits to tidy up, and I wanted to add buckles on the top part of the skirt on the sides. I actually just took these off a pair of shorts that I have that just have so many buckles. So it's time to get these on and then I think we're done. Okay, the skirts are finished. In some ways, mainly to do with my sewing skills, they didn't turn out as good as I was hoping, but in other ways they turned out better than I was expecting. So let me just show you. The patchwork landscape skirt. So it's a little scruffy, but I do kind of like that. And I'm happy that I used the red thread as well. Potentially might add some heels to the back at some point, but can't really be bothered at the moment. And I don't really know what to call this, but the hand-dyed and upcycled, reworked skirt with some pins and buckles and things. Pretty close to my vision. So, thank you so much for watching. I am really appreciating all of the recent support and lovely comments. And yeah, have a great week and I will see you next time.